Tell us a little bit about this amazing project that you did, where you were also awarded by the President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Well, you know, COVID came as a shock to everybody. I mean, you saw people landing at JKIA with masks in January, February. None of us could understand what they were doing. And in April, March, in fact it was March, that I went to the Lands Office with a whole group of lawyers. And when we left Lands Office, we were told that one of the people we were sitting with had been in touch with another person who had tested positive. Now at that time, none of us knew what COVID was all about. It was still in the dark. So I had to go into isolation for 14 days. And my mom's a cancer survivor. And it was in a flat, in a room, 14 days. Because of my mom's vulnerable condition of being a cancer survivor, I had to make sure I was nowhere in touch with her at all. So I was sitting, okay, my first few days was not the greatest, in the sense of I'm not used to sitting in a room. I'm not used to just sitting down. And I started thinking, what can we do? And that's when the COVID idea came into my head, and I thought, well, there are going to be so many vulnerable people out there who need food. And that's when I started it. In the 14 days, I knew every supplier of flour, sugar, what their prices were. That's what I did for 14 days. And and while I was sitting there, I actually called some friends of mine. I said, I want to do this, give me money. I'm putting X amount, how much will you people be putting in? So they put in I've had great support from I&M Bank, APA Insurance. They were fantastic, GA. So I got that, and then I got volunteers. I even spoke to a client of mine who gave me a free warehouse on Mombasa Road, 6,000 square feet, to pack the food when we got the supplies in. And that's how it all started. And the one thing was, I went to places I had never been to. In Nairobi, I was born in Nairobi. I grew up in Nairobi, but I went to places like Majengo, Tena. I mean, Kibra, I went only once because everybody was going to Kibra. But Eastlands is a forgotten part of Nairobi. And some of the statistics that I got there just horrified me as to what is happening in this country.
It's like a reality check, huh?
It was, yes. It was sad, but I made a lot of friends. And the security, the police were fabulous. Do you know, I would just call them the night before to say, I'm coming. They would have the security ready for me. They would have everything ready. And they just became my friends, and a few of them got promoted a year ago, and I told them it was because of me that they got promoted, of how they had helped me. But the security forces, they were fabulous.
That's great to hear. But I must commend you. Well done. That's a fabulous project, and so many people benefited at a very difficult time.
Yes.
COVID was difficult.